Good day everyone, my name is Peter Paul Velasco. Today I will going to discuss the requirements to be complied by a ship under MARPOL Annex 4, 5, and 6. So the first I discuss is the requirements to be complied by a ship under MARPOL Annex 4. So now, let's move on to my discussion. MARPOL Annex 4, also known as the Regulation for Prevention of Pollution by Sewage from Ships, set out of specific requirements for ships to comply with in order to prevent sewage pollution in the marine environment. So there are some requirements to be complied by a ship under MARPOL Annex 4. So first is application. This annex is applicable to ships engaged in international voyage that are 400 gross tonnage and above, or ships certified to carry more than 15 persons. So first, ships must have an approved sewage treatment plant because the discharge of sewage into the sea is prohibited, except when the ship has an approved sewage treatment plant in operation or discharging comminuted and disinfected sewage using an approved system at a distance of more than 3 nautical miles from the nearest land, and sewage that is not comminuted or disinfected may be discharged at a distance of more than 12 nautical miles from the nearest land, provided the ship is en route and proceeding at a speed of not less than 4 knots. So next is ship must have holding tanks to temporarily store sewage, wastewater, or bilge water to prevent direct discharge to the sea. It also helps comply with MARPOL Annex 4 regulations which control pollution from ships' sewage. So next is certification. Ship must have a valid International Sewage Pollution Prevention certificate issued by relevant authority. This certificates that the ship complies with requirements of MARPOL Annex 4, including the installation and maintenance of sewage treatment system, holding tanks, and other control measures. So the next, I will be discuss the requirements to be complied by a ship under MARPOL Annex 5. So MARPOL Annex 5, also known as the International Convention for Prevention of Pollution from Ships, focuses on preventing pollution by garbage from ship. So this annex aims to minimize the impact of various types of waste generated on board ship, including food waste, plastic, and operational waste. It sets out strict regulation to ensure responsible garbage management at sea, protecting marine ecosystem and promoting a cleaner ocean environment. So there are requirements to be complied by a ship under MARPOL Annex 5. The first requirement is the garbage management plan. The ship must have an garbage management plan to ensure the proper management of garbage on ships, which helps to prevent pollution of marine environment and by ensuring that garbage is properly collected, stored, and disposed, and also it helps to minimize the amount of waste generated on board. So the next requirements is the placards. So all ships of 12 meter or more in length are required to display placards that notify the crew and passenger of the MARPOL garbage discharge requirements for that ships under MARPOL. And the placard should be placed in prominent places on board the ships, where the crew and passenger will see them to inform how they can manage their waste. And the next requirements is the garbage record book. To meet the requirements of MARPOL Annex 5, all garbage discharge of cargo residues must be recorded in a garbage record book and tabulated format and retained on board for at least 2 years after the final entry is made. So this book is essential in ensuring compliance with the latest IMO mandatory record keeping requirements. So the last requirements I will be discussed is the requirements to be complied by a ship under MARPOL Annex 6. The MARPOL Annex 6, a crucial part of International Convention for Prevention of Pollution from Ships, focuses on preventing air pollution from ships. So this annex sets out regulation to minimize the harmful emission from ships, including sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter and greenhouse gases. It aims to protect human health, reduce climate change, and preserve the marine environment. So there are some requirements to be complied by a ship under MARPOL Annex 6. So the first is emission control areas. The annex designates specific areas known as emission control areas where stricter emission limits apply. These areas located in sensitive coastal regions or areas with high population density. So next is sulfur oxide emission. It set out stringent limits on sulfur oxide emission from ships. The global sulfur limit for marine fuels is 0.50% mass by mass of sulfur content. So the ship must meet fuel oil with a maximum sulfur content of 0.50% mass by mass outside emission control areas. So the next requirements is the nitrogen oxide emission. So the annex also regulates nitrogen oxide emission. From nitrogen oxide limits vary depending on the ship's engine's size and speeds. So the Annex 6 also sets limits on particulate matter emission. From particulate matter limits are typically tied to nitrogen oxide limits, as many nitrogen oxide reduction technologies also help to reduce particulate matter emissions. So the next is ozone depleting substances. Ships must comply with the prohibition of ozone depleting substances, including refrigerants and fire extinguishing agents, and ensure that proper disposal practices are followed. So the last is the record keeping and documentation. Ships must maintain proper documentation such as the International Air Pollution Prevention or IAPP certificate and the bunker delivery note to prove compliance with the relevant standards. So, record keeping of fuel consumption data, including type and amount, is required. These three annexes of MARPOL plays a crucial role in safeguarding the marine environment by minimizing pollution from ships. Their implementation has led to significant reduction in pollution levels, contributing to the overall health of the oceans and coastal areas. That's all concludes my discussion, so thank you for listening.